So today we are going to review what we learned yesterday, starting off the Daily Five, and we are going to expand on some of these today. So yesterday we talked about 3 ways to read a book, and those were read with pictures, read with words, and retell a story that we've previously read. Yesterday we did 2 of those. We tried to read a book with pictures, and then we read with the words. Today we are going to discuss the third way to read a book, which is to retell a story previously read. I saved it for today because we can actually use the story that we read yesterday to read today or to retell today. So I'm going to demonstrate for you. So yesterday we read the book What Goes Up, and we started off the book, and there was a dragon named, if I remember his name, Martin, and Martin really wanted to fly, and he couldn't find a right way to do it. He tried going with the clouds or flying with the bumblebees, remember? And every time he went up doing something like that, what happened? He came right back down. Yep, he crashed. Then he tried a tree, but he didn't get very far either. Then he tried a bike, and because he wasn't trying so hard to ride, so hard to fly, because he was too busy riding the bike, his wings got what? Yep, stronger. So his wings got stronger, and then when he decided to ride his bike off the cliff, he was able to keep himself up in the air because his wings were stronger and much easier for him to maneuver. So that right there is a quick version of the third way to read a story, which is to retell it. Let's see. Okay, so we're going. So those are our 3 ways to read a book. And in just a minute, at the end of our lesson, I'm going to give you guys the time to practice all 3 ways and on throughout the week. Let's review another thing we talked about yesterday, which was the read to self idea. And we wrote here on our T-chart some things that that reading to self can do. And we learned that reading to self, you learn new things. It's fun. We love to read, and it can take us places. And we actually practiced reading to self yesterday. I gave you guys some time to show me the appropriate way to read to self, which is quiet reading by yourself, not disrupting the class, and we did a great job of that. And then we talked about some inappropriate ways that were not very good for reading to self, and that was being disruptive and things like that. So we are going to practice some more of reading to self, and I'm actually going to give you guys a chance to do that. But before we do that, we're going to start talking about something new today, and that is 10 steps to improve muscle memory. So muscle memory, that's not an actual muscle. That's talking about our brain. We're going to talk about the first 3 ways today. So we're going to talk about what's being taught. So what have we learned? And you guys have already told me what we've learned. We've talked about reading to self. We've talked about the 3 ways to read a book, and you guys described to me those. So you guys have already identified what I'm trying to teach because I asked you to do it, and you did it. You demonstrated it. Number 2, set a purpose and a sense of urgency. So I told you guys yesterday, I gave you guys a chance to actually practice, and everyone did very well. You all were eager to learn, eager to go, and eager to share all your ideas. The third one was so we brainstormed behaviors using an eye chart. And our chart wasn't really like an eye chart because I didn't really have enough room on my board, but we created a chart to brainstorm some behaviors in our heads that we should or should not be doing whenever we're reading to self. Remember, we said we should not be up out of the room. We should not be talking to our neighbors. We should not be disrupting the teacher. We are to be with our box of books or our few books that we've chosen, sitting in our own designed area and reading our books to ourselves. Excuse me. Excuse me. So that was just a quick review of things today, or of things yesterday that we talked about. Let's see. So I'm going to, um, so now what we're going to do for the end of the lesson that will not be recorded is I'm going to give everyone a chance to practice the 3 ways of reading. Remember, they were read with pictures, read with words, and retell a story. The first 2 you'll do by yourself, and we're going to incorporate our 3 ways to read with our read to self idea that we have. So I want everybody to get their box of books, and I'm gonna have you guys spread around the room. You're gonna you're gonna pick a book that interests you. You want to make sure the book is an interest of you because you want it to engage you and keep you focused. And that's what books that are of interest to us do. So I want everybody to find a book and a spot around the room, and then I'm gonna have you guys do the first 2 ways to read a book, and that was read with pictures and read with words to yourself. We're going to practice our read to self activities. So you should be quiet, level 1, and you should be spread out around the room. And then after we've read our books, you've read it twice, one with pictures, one with words, we're going to come back together, and I'm going to pair you guys up, and you're going to practice the 3rd way to read a book, and that is to summarize a familiar story that you just read, okay? So we're going to take the very end of this lesson, about 15 minutes for everyone to do that, and then we'll move into day 3. Thank you.